here at Justin's Customs, myself, I've got things for some Cowl hoods, and so does my whole family. We got my girlfriend's Bronco, got a Cowl hood on it. We got my show truck, my 1987 Bronco, got a Cowl hood on it. We got my daily, it's got a Cowl hood on it. Cowl hoods make every vehicle just mean, aggressive, in your face. We got one problem. My latest vehicle I just picked up does not have a Cowl hood. My 82 Bronco in here is lacking it. This flat, ugly piece of metal ain't doing it for me. So in today's video, we're gonna change that. We're gonna do a weld on Cowl hood. So let's do it. All right, we gotta fix that issue. So we went to Summit Racing and got ourselves a 2.5-inch Cowl hood scoop. If I can try to open the box here. Hey, there it is. All right. So this guy, oh no, it's bent. Oh. We'll bend that back down. And it's a little long. Good thing we got a cutoff wheel, we'll hack it down. But I think you guys can see the vision here. Besides, see a little dent right there, a little bent up. But the other ones I welded on previously, I did my dad's 79 Bronco, I did my red brick nose obviously. Those ones are non-functional. They're just welded to the top of the hood, bottom's not cut open, it does nothing but make it look cool. This is actually going to be functional. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to trace the edges of where this Cowl scoop lies, get it lined up in the middle, kind of right in there actually somewhere. And we're going to make this thing functional. We're going to cut a big old hole in it. We're going to weld this in there, body fill it smooth, and that's got a Cowl hood. And if you guys didn't already know, we were working on my 1982 Ford Bronco behind me here. This thing was an absolute rust bucket. Here recently, we put new roof and pillars on it, and I just finished up the quarters and the tailgate. Be sure to check out the latest videos on this thing, but let's get into work on this dang hood. This kind of hurts a little bit because it's like rust free. Oh well. Alright guys, I had to weld in some structure here because I cut it and then cut it off with a piece I cut out and then re-welded it back in. So now we got some structure. Flip this bad thing back over and see what we're working with here. Okay, that is a big hole. It's just a rough cut. We're gonna have to do some adjusting here, but we're just gonna put a little preview of how she's gonna look. Yeah, I gotta do a little bit more cutting as I thought. What I'm probably gonna do here is I'm probably gonna just keep going out a little bit, and then if I can butt weld it flush, that'll be perfect. So we're just gonna keep fine tuning with the grinder, cutoff wheel, and try to get a perfectly butt up edge to weld it to. But so far, I'm a fan. Before I tack this thing on here, I'm gonna go ahead and trim the back of this thing because as cool as 2 foot of overhang looks, I'm gonna go ahead and cut that. So I already got my mark here. I got an angle on both sides. And I'm gonna get a piece of cardboard and trace to get like the same curvature of the hood, and then I'll cut that the same angle instead of just being straight across. So it's gonna match the back of the hood. So trace that on a piece of cardboard, mock it up, cut it. All right, got our final cut here. Now it's down to size. Let's see what this guy looks on here. Should be final mock-up. We're ready to weld here in a second. Hey, it's like a thunderstorm outside. It is nasty.
About there, that's where she's gonna sit.
Oh, it's really good. Time to tack her in, baby. Well guys, we got this cowl completely welded on. Everything's smoothed out pretty good. Almost ready for some body filler. But we gotta do one more thing here. We gotta take care of this big gaping hole back here. Obviously we can't have that open. Don't want all the weather, mud, and whatnot to get back in there. So we got a solution for that. So I was just gonna make a panel that covered that whole entire hole and cut like a circle out of it. And weld in like this expanded metal. But my dad had a great idea. He goes, you know, your brother works at a custom metal and like fab shop. Why don't you have something made up custom for you? And he came up with this awesome idea. Guys, my brother made a perfect piece back here. And obviously you see it says Justin's Customs. I just gotta weld it in. This thing came out so sick. That's gonna look gangster in there. I'm so glad we went this route instead of just doing expanded metal like everybody else. Now this thing is truly gonna be one of one for me and my channel. So let's get this thing welded on here. We'll be ready for some body filler here in no time. Guys, that freaking piece came out so sick. I mean, look at that thing. That thing is awesome. But the welding and grinding is completely done. Now it's time to get on to the bodywork aspect of this thing. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna sand all of this with 80 grit, probably all the way up to this body line. And then I'm gonna start with my fiberglass filler. I'll probably do a nice strip, probably 3 inches away from it. And then I'm gonna do my body filler out, and then I'll probably sand it and then do one more. So I'll do one thing of fiberglass filler, then 2 coats of regular filler, and then she should be ready for primer. All right, we gotta do a little bit of heat shrinking here. I don't have much experience with this, so if you do, don't come at me saying I did it wrong. But we got a little bit of tin canning here and there, just welding all the way around it. Sometimes it's gonna warp a little bit, or oil can if you will. I tried to jump around everywhere I could, but you know, it's been metal, these things happen. So, we're gonna see what we can do with this. All right. And we're not tin canning anymore. I like it. All right, this thing is all hardened up, ready to do some sanding. I'm gonna go ahead and sand it with 80 grit on the DA. I'm not blocking it yet because I'm doing 2, possibly 3 more coats of regular body filler after this fiberglass is all sanded. So obviously it's not gonna be completely straight, after this. So I'm just gonna use a DA, make my life a lot easier, and then I'll block it on the rest of the coats of body filler. So let's start sanding. All right, guys, just like that, this hood is ready for primer. All the body work is done. It looks really good. I went ahead and DA'd the rest of the edges with 80 grit, 180, and then 320. Now everything's nice and smooth. Now it's time to mix this primer and get this thing sprayed up. All right, guys, so the primer I'm using here is a epoxy primer from PPG called CRE 321. This is a great epoxy primer. You can put it directly over bare metal. I've used this on all of our other Broncos. Just a great primer for bare metal and rust protection. So we don't want no rust coming back. So I've used this for all three of them and have no problem at all. And on that side.
You're clear on this side. Actually, your lines look pretty damn good.
For real? This side actually looks really good too.
Yeah.
This is like shit. My first. Did we just get that first try?
No friggin' way.
Are you serious? It's a hood. No more flat, boring metal. We got a perfect 2.5-inch cowl hood on here. This thing came out so freaking good. Took quite a bit of time. If you want to do a cowl hood, be prepared to be covered from head to toe in body filler. Yes, there's a lot of body filler on there, but you literally cut a giant hole out of a hood, welding a piece of metal on top of it, and it's very thin, so the metal's going to warp. You're going to have quite a bit of body work to do, but in the end, super worth it. Very happy how the body line came out here. Got the fine line molded into the OEM body line that's on the bullnose hood. So, and next time you see this thing, it's gonna be body filled and primed. You can see I've already got some filler starting going on the pillars, but this thing's gonna be in primer very soon. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you guys next time. Gosh, that looks so stinking good. Obviously, this thing is adjusted, but I just want to throw it in here so it looks, because obviously I got to paint the bottom side of it. So, I love it. guys coming on that? Good. Oh my gosh. We got some exciting news. There's no tailgate here now.
And turbo.
We have a turbo though. Hi, bud. So, we took the tailgate off. As the last video showed, it was not lining up very good. I doubt it was just a tailgate, but we got a new tailgate. Turn around, cameraman. Look at this rust-free unit. So this has full internals. It's got everything, including the glass, and it's got this aluminum piece. The other one was just a brand new shell, and I was gonna be pretty expensive. I bought all the new internals. With the shell is gonna be upwards of $400. So I got this for 300 bucks. So not sure what I'm gonna do with the other tailgate. Might keep, might sell it. I'm not sure, but we got this instead. I'm definitely keeping this on here. I love the trim on there. I think it's very sweet. All the others we have are shaved. We got a clean tailgate, just got the paint on there. So I think this is gonna look pretty sweet. So we're gonna bolt her up and see how she looks and see if it lines up any better. So, all right, we got the tailgate on. I also had a wardrobe change. We'll talk about that here in a second. But this thing's bolted up. We're gonna see how it lines up now. I had to do a couple adjustments. Oh, dang! Dang, are you kidding me? Look at that thing. Body lines match up perfect. There is a little bit more of a gap than I would like, but honestly, I don't care because it's got a clean tailgate. And if you guys seen the previous video, I could shove like my whole hand in there, and this side was overlapping the quarter panel. So come in here, cameraman, I'll show you what we had to do. Actually, it's what my cameraman did for me. We had to make a spacer here, about a 1/2 inch spacer, to move the hinge out away from the quarter panel because, again, in the previous video, this is all obviously not factory. This is from yours truly, and I didn't have like a lot of previous measurements to go off of because it was like gone. So kind of guessed, got everything lined up, and that was off about 1/2 inch. So we made that, or my dad made that at his work.
You are welcome.
And now it lines up freaking sweet.
You don't need a latch. This thing just like,
Right, it's
you'll just stay there.
Right. And the back glass actually goes up and down.
It does.
It goes up and down because we try to mount it, but the if you guys don't know about these Broncos, whenever you mount these, there's a pleat with like 3 threaded holes right here. Well, that was just MIA, so we had to rip this panel off and then pray and hope the glass went up, and it works. It actually goes up and down, so the window motor is working. So, very happy with this. I love the panel in the back. That's gonna be sweet. I'm definitely keeping that. That should look good against the color I'm doing that nobody knows. Not gonna tell anybody.
I thought you was gonna slip right
Nope,
there.
I ain't telling nobody. So I know you guys probably watch this for doing the cowl hood, but I want to throw this in at the end of the video. If you guys haven't been watching, it's my 82 Bronco I'm restoring, and this tailgate's gonna look sweet. Like I said, this panel with the color I'm doing, it's gonna look freaking sweet. So thank you guys for watching, and would you turn your dang phone off, cameraman? Gosh dang it. Be sure to like, subscribe, Justin's Customs. Thank you, have a great day, and I'm gonna get back to work on my Bronco.